Hello.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam. Are you there?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. Okay. Welcome back. Today is 21st May 2021, and this is sixth lecture of the course titled Spectral Theory in Hilbert Spaces. And I am your instructor of this course. If you remember, if you remember in our previous lecture, we defined orthogonal vectors when two vectors are orthogonal in an inner product space. When a vector is orthogonal to a set, and when two sets are orthogonal, and when a set itself is orthogonal. ये हमने डिफाइन किया हुआ था कब वेक्टर ऑर्थोगोनल होता है, दो वेक्टर आपस में ऑर्थोगोनल होते हैं, कब वेक्टर किसी सेट का ऑर्थोगोनल होता है, एंड कब दो सेट आपस में ऑर्थोगोनल होते हैं, व्हेन अ सेट इटसेल्फ इज ऑर्थोगोनल. And then we proved some results, and then we moved to Hilbert spaces. Let me quickly recall an inner product space which is complete in the sense of a metric space. When we say in the sense of metric space, by that we mean that every Cauchy sequence is convergent in it. Then such an inner product space is called Hilbert space. And you also know that an inner product space is also called pre-Hilbert space. Right? An inner product space is also called pre-Hilbert space. Hilbert space बनने से पहले का space. When we put a condition of completeness on this pre-Hilbert space, then it becomes a Hilbert space. Then we defined a line segment in nonlinear space. And then we define convex set. By convex set, we mean that if M is a subset of a Hilbert space H, and we consider any 2 points in the set M, and we join these two sets by a line, and that line lies totally, ये याद रखें, that line entirely lies in the set, then it is convex. अगर लाइन का थोड़ा सा हिस्सा भी सेट से बाहर हो, when you draw a line between these 2 points, then that set is not convex. And then we defined the distance between a vector and a set. Distance between a vector and a set. By a distance from a vector x outside the set M of a Hilbert space H, by that we mean if we draw a straight line from the point on the set And if we take infimum of this line, then that is the distance between the set and the vector, or the point in the set closest to the point, say x outside the set, is called distance. लाइनें तो आप बहुत सारे कह सकते हैं from the vector x outside the set, लेकिन जैसे ज्योमेट्री में होता है वहां पे हम डिस्टेंस डिफाइन करते हैं बिटवीन फॉर एग्जांपल टू लाइन. डिस्टेंस कौन सा होगा? लाइन है ऊपर से नीचे ड्रा कर लें, नीचे वाली लाइन पे जो परपेंडिकुलर लाइन होगी दैट विल बी द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन दिस टू स्ट्रेट लाइंस. And then we proved one result. If C is a convex subset of a Hilbert space H, then it contains a vector of shortest distance or a vector of shortest norm. When C is a convex subset of a Hilbert space H, then it contains a unique vector, of course, of smallest norm. ये result हमने prove किया था. Now using these concepts, we shall today define orthogonal complement. This is our definition. What is orthogonal complement of a set? By definition, ये definition जरा देखें. If M is any subset of a Hilbert space H, M पे कोई condition नहीं है, simply a subset. If M is a subset of a Hilbert space H, the orthogonal complement of this subset M, which is denoted by this notation M perp, ये ऊपर ये निशान जो बना है perpendicular के लिए, M perp, also pronounced as orthogonal complement of the subset M, ये notation है for orthogonal complement of a subset M, and is defined as orthogonal complement of M is the set of all those vectors x in H, all those vectors x in H whose inner product with every element of M is 0. ठीक है, आपके पास M सबसेट है H का. अब इसका orthogonal complement कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं? It is defined as the set of all those vectors. H में बहुत सारे वेक्टर हो सकते हैं, लेकिन वो वेक्टर लेते हैं whose distance for with every element of M is 0. That is X, where X is an element, any element in H, and Y is any element in M. If their distance is 0, then this set is called the complement of M. अब ये sentence जो है that is such that X, Y inner product is 0 for every Y in M. Y is an element, any element of M, and X is any element in H. So we consider this some element X in H. सारे तो नहीं आ सकते. We say those elements of X, those element X of H whose inner product with every element M is 0. इसको आप यूं भी लिख सकते हैं. It is the set of all those X in H which are orthogonal to M. क्योंकि ये ऊपर की statement is equivalent. ये definition when a vector is orthogonal to a set. If you remember, we said that a vector x is orthogonal to a set, say A or B, if it is orthogonal to every element of A or B. Our vector कब orthogonal होते हैं when their inner product is 0. So it is defined like this, and this definition is equivalent to this as well. That is the set of all x in A such that x is orthogonal to N. Obviously, if you look at this definition, M is a subset of H. अब M orthogonal complement क्या है? It is also a subset of H, क्योंकि ये H के elements का set है. So it is a subset of this M orthogonal complement is also a subset of H. तो इस subset का भी आप orthogonal complement define कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हम orthogonal complement subset का define करते हैं of H. अब M orthogonal complement B by definition is a subset of H because it's a set of those elements of H satisfying this condition. अब इसका orthogonal complement कैसे define करेंगे? Here no your subset is M orthogonal complement. Its orthogonal complement is defined as and denoted by M double per or double orthogonal complement. वही definition है ऊपर वाली, the set of all those x in H whose inner product is with every element of M orthogonal complement is 0. वहां पे आपके पास सबसेट था M, X was an element, some element in H whose inner product is 0 for every Y in the subset M. When and the set of such elements is denoted by M orthogonal complement. अब आपके पास M orthogonal M set की जगह आपके पास M orthogonal complement which is also a subset, उसका orthogonal complement define कर रहे हैं. तब M की जगह यहाँ पे double orthogonal complement आ रहा है. How do we define double orthogonal complement? It's the set of all those x such that x y inner product is 0 for every y. अब subset अब चूंकि आपका M orthogonal complement for every subset y in M. Or this can be written as x belong to H such that x is orthogonal to M orthogonal complement. But again, this M orthogonal double orthogonal complement is a subset of H. So you can define M triple orthogonal complement and M4 orthogonal complement and so on. लेकिन वो आगे हम define नहीं कर रहे हैं, reason का आपको पता चल जाएगा. We are proving one result which will clarify why don't we define M triple orthogonal complement. But first this remark from the definition, from this definition M orthogonal complement, it is obvious that अब सबसेट आप ले रहे हैं a set consisting 0 alone. This is a subset of the Hilbert space H. इसका orthogonal complement using the definition किसके बराबर आ जाएगा? Whole space H के, क्योंकि आपके पास M की जगह आप सेट है consisting 0 alone, सिर्फ 0 है उसमें. अब X का कोई भी एलिमेंट ले, इस सेट के एलिमेंट के साथ जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही एलिमेंट है और वो है 0, X का इनर प्रोडक्ट विद 0 इज 0. दूसरा एलिमेंट X का ले लें से Y, उसका इनर प्रोडक्ट इस सेट के साथ 0 होगा बिकॉज X Y is 0, inner product is 0 and so on. So M this 0, the set consisting 0, its orthogonal complement is equal to H, and orthogonal complement of H is equal to the set consisting 0. So it's a remark It's give you two simple results. The set consisting 0 element, उसका orthogonal complement किसके बराबर होगा? होल Hilbert space H के, और H का orthogonal complement क्या होगा? That is equal to the set consisting 0 using this definition of M orthogonal complement. अब इस केस में आपका M है M is equal to the set consisting 0. So ये remark a simple example. Now we prove some properties of orthogonal complements of sets, जिसमें यहाँ पे जो हमने कहा why don't we are defining M triple orthogonal complement, उसका आंसर भी इसी थ्योरम में शामिल है. Consider, the theorem says, consider any two subset M1 and M2 of a Hilbert space H. अब जरूरी नहीं यहाँ पे M1 M2 मैंने दिए हुए, आप भी M1 M2 ले, आप A B ले सकते हैं, PQ ले सकते हैं, आपकी मर्जी, लेकिन दो सेट आपने लेने. But I prefer to choose M1 and M2. Let M1 and M2 be any two subsets of a Hilbert space H. Then we have the following results. Consider this set M1 or M2. We are considering M1. अगर हम आप M2 consider कर ले, doesn't make any difference. So considering this set M1, M1 is contained in its double orthogonal complement. M1 is contained in M1 double orthogonal complement, not in single, in double orthogonal complement. इस रिजल्ट को हम प्रूव करेंगे that every set is contained in its double orthogonal complement. अगर सेट आपने A लिया हुआ है, then A is contained in A double orthogonal complement. This is first result. Then this second, if the relation between M1 and M2 is that M1 is contained in M2, means M1 is a subset of M2. दो सबसेट है हिल्बर्ट स्पेस के, उनमें रिलेशन क्या है that M1 is contained in M2. अब इनके ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स में क्या रिलेशन होगी? It will reverse. यहाँ पे आपके पास है M1 is contained in M2, and the relation between their orthogonal complements is that M2 orthogonal complement is contained in M1 orthogonal complement. ये inclusion reverse हो जाएगा. M1 is contained in M2, and then M2 orthogonal complement is contained in M1 orthogonal complement. This third part, M1 and M2, as you see by hypothesis, are two subsets of Hilbert space H. इन दोनों का यूनियन ले ले, M1 यूनियन M2. अब इनका ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट किसके बराबर होगा? M1 यूनियन M2 ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट इज इक्वल टू M1 ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट इंटरसेक्शन M2 ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट. लेफ्ट साइड पे आपके पास यूनियन है दो सेट्स का, उसका ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट. राइट हैंड साइड पे आपके पास उन दो सेट्स के इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ those orthogonal complement of those sets. राइट पे यूनियन था, लेफ्ट पे आपके पास इंटरसेक्शन आ जाएगा. That is M1 union M2 orthogonal complement is contained in M1 orthogonal complement intersection M2 orthogonal complement. अब अगर इन दो सेट्स का हम इंटरसेक्शन ले लें और उसका ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट फिर किसके बराबर होगा? पहले हमने यूनियन कंसीडर कर लिया, नाउ वी आर कंसीडरिंग देयर इंटरसेक्शन. अब इंटरसेक्शन के केस में आपके पास इक्वलिटी नहीं होगी, बट you have that M1 intersection M2 whole orthogonal complement that contains M1 orthogonal complement intersection M2 orthogonal complement. So in these three we have these are two relations, M1 union M2 whole orthogonal complement that is equal to M1 orthogonal complement intersection M2 orthogonal complement, and in the second part, M1 intersection M2 whole orthogonal complement contains M1 orthogonal complement union M2 orthogonal complement. Achha. Now we come to this fourth part. As I said, why we are not defining M triple orthogonal complement. This part provides the answer to that question. In this part, you see that if you define M triple orthogonal complement, then that is equal to M orthogonal complement. Triple orthogonal complement M1 के बराबर आ जाएगा. So we don't need to define M triple orthogonal complement because it gives you the same M orthogonal complement, right? So we stop the process of defining orthogonal complement of subsets at M double orthogonal complement. ये उस इक्वेशन का आंसर है. हमने M orthogonal complement define कर लिया, M double orthogonal complement, and we didn't define M triple orthogonal complement because it is equal to this M orthogonal complement. And this fifth part says M1 intersection, sorry, ये यहाँ पे मेरा ख्याल में थोड़ी सी 1 मिनट होल्ड कर लें. ये कहाँ पे गलती हो गई? हाँ सही है ये, इट्स ओके. अब अगर हम ये एक सेट कंसीडर कर लें M1 और M2 और M का अपने orthogonal complement के साथ इंटरसेक्शन ले लें, then that is a subset of the set consisting 0 set और उसका orthogonal complement, इन दो का अगर आप इंटरसेक्शन ले लें, then that is a subset of the set consisting 0. If M1 is a closed subspace of H, then ये यहाँ पे ये जरा ऐड कर लें ये 6 में. In 6th we are going to prove that if खैर ऐड करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप M1 जैसे ऊपर हमने एक सेट कंसीडर किया M1 या M2, अगर आप M1 कंसीडर कर लें या कोई भी सबसेट ऑफ इनवर्ट स्पेस H, then its orthogonal complement is a closed subspace of H. M तो सबसेट है ऑफ इनवर्ट स्पेस H, लेकिन उसका orthogonal complement क्या होगा? That will be a closed subspace of H. Closed subspace of H already हम define कर चुके हैं, but for the first semester student, if they are not familiar with this concept. When a set is closed, लेकिन उससे पहले कोई सेट सबसेट सबस्पेस कब बनते हैं? You know from linear spaces or vector spaces, a subset M of a vector space H or V, normally vector space को हम V से denote करते हैं. A subset of a vector space V is a subspace if it satisfies two conditions. Conditions कौन सी है? That this M is closed under addition, and secondly closed under scalar multiplication. अगर ये दो कंडीशन कोई सबसेट वेक्टर स्पेस का सेटिस्फाई करे, then it is a subspace. ये आपके पास रिजल्ट है अलजेब्रा में, बीएस में भी आपने ये रिजल्ट पढ़ा होगा. When a subset is a subspace, एक तो डेफिनेशन है, when it satisfies all the condition of a subspace of a vector space, then it is a linear subspace or vector subspace. फिर आपके पास एक रिजल्ट है which gives you a simple criterion for a subset to be a subspace. और वो criterion क्या है? When the set is closed under addition. Closed under addition means कोई दो सबसेट दो एलिमेंट ले ले सेट में, if their addition belong to this set, और second closed under scalar multiplication, कोई स्केलर ले ले और कोई वेक्टर एम में ले ले, उस स्केलर से वेक्टर को मल्टीप्लाई कर लें, and that vector also belong to that scalar multiplication also belong to the set, then it is closed under scalar multiplication. If a set of a vector space satisfies these two conditions, then it is a subspace. So, or acha, this closed, when this set M will be closed. We know that a subset M of a vector space or linear space is said to be closed cup if we consider any convergent sequence converging to a limit say x, किसी लिमिट x को वो सीक्वेंस कन्वर्ट कर रही है, if the limit also belong to the set, then we say that the set is closed. ये याद रखें, किसी सेट का लिमिट जरूरी नहीं है कि सेट के अंदर हो, वो बाहर भी हो सकता है लिमिट उसका, लेकिन अगर हम रिस्ट्रिक्शन उस पे लगा लें कि इसका लिमिट भी उस सेट को बिलोंग करे, then we say that the set is closed. So this is what we mean by closed and subspace. When a set is subspace, when a set is closed. So we shall use this definition to prove this sixth part of the theorem. Now prove these results one by one. They are simple, simply using the definition of orthogonal complement. Orthogonal complement पे चले जाएं once again. M is a subset of a Hilbert space H. Its orthogonal complement, which is denoted by this M superscript per. This is defined as the set of all those elements of H. All element नहीं कह रहे हैं, all those elements of H whose inner product with every element of M is 0. Using this definition, we prove these results, parts of this theorem one by one. First part में हमारे पास क्या है? The first part we say that if M1 is a subset of a Hilbert space H, then this subset is contained in its orthogonal complement. So to prove this first part, अब हमारे पास हमने प्रूव करना है M1 is contained in M1 double orthogonal complement. M1 भी सेट है M1 डबल ऑर्थोगोनल कॉम्प्लीमेंट B सेट। और आप सेट थ्योरी से जानते हैं या टोपोलॉजी में भी ये रिजल्ट्स आपने पढ़ा होगा। When a set A is a subset of B. To prove this, normally हम पहले सेट में कोई arbitrary element ले लेते हैं। If X is any arbitrary element in A and that also belong to B, then we say that A is a subset of B. वही टेक्निक यहाँ पे हम यूज कर रहे हैं। We consider any arbitrary element X in M1 and we shall show that this X belong to M1 double orthogonal complement. And then you can say that M1 is contained in M1 double orthogonal complement. अच्छा, कोई arbitrary element लिया आपने M1 में, now take its inner product with every element of M1 orthogonal complement. Y में कोई M1 orthogonal में कोई एलिमेंट ले ले, arbitrary element से Y M1 orthogonal complement में उसका इनर प्रोडक्ट M1 के एलिमेंट के साथ 0 होगा by definition. Then XY inner product is 0 for all Y in M1 orthogonal complement. ऊपर definition पे आ जाए, XY inner product is 0 for every Y in M. ठीक, वहां पे हमारे पास था X belong to H, अब हमारा सेट है M1 M. So for any element say Y in M1 orthogonal complement, ये याद रखें कोई एलिमेंट M1 orthogonal complement को कब बिलोंग करेगा, when it satisfies this condition. ठीक, अब Y यहाँ पे हम कंसीडर करें Y belong to M orthogonal complement, so its inner product with any element X in M will be 0, and this then implies this X belong to M1 double orthogonal complement. M orthogonal complement में हमने डिफाइन किया हुआ था डेफिनेशन में Y belong to M. M double orthogonal complement हमने डिफाइन किया हुआ था Y belong to M orthogonal complement. ठीक, अब अगर ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होती है then this X belong to M double orthogonal complement. अच्छा, वही कंडीशन है X Y inner product is 0 for every Y in M1 orthogonal complement. So this X will belong to M double orthogonal complement. और यही हमने शो करना था. So एलिमेंट किस में हमने लिया था M में, and we showed that it's belong to M double orthogonal complement. So this implies that M1 is contained or M1 is contained in M1 double orthogonal complement. So it's a simple result. If M is a subset of a Hilbert space H, then M is contained in its double orthogonal complement, not in single. ये याद रखें कि कहीं ऐसा ना आप कहते हैं M is contained in M orthogonal complement. No, it is contained in M double orthogonal complement. All right, come to this second part. In second part, if M1 and M2 are two subsets of a Hilbert space H, then what will be the relation between their orthogonal complements? The relation between M1 and M2, M1 orthogonal complement and M2 orthogonal complement is that M1 contains M2 orthogonal complement or M2 orthogonal complement is contained in M1 orthogonal complement. जैसे भी आप लिखें, it's up to you. M1 contains M1 contains M2 orthogonal complement or M2 orthogonal complement is contained in M1 orthogonal complement. Now to prove this, we consider any arbitrary element X in M2 orthogonal complement. अच्छा, कोई एलिमेंट M orthogonal complement अब सेट हम ले रहे हैं M2 orthogonal complement using your definition. कोई एलिमेंट M orthogonal complement को कब बिलोंग करेगा? When it satisfies this condition, that is x y inner product is 0 for all y in M. लेकिन यहाँ पे हम ले रहे हैं M2. Let X be an element in M2 orthogonal complement. इसका क्या मतलब है? By definition, this means that this is arbitrary element in M2 orthogonal complement. This means that its inner product with every element of M1 orthogonal complement will be 0. Sorry, with M. Since, let me repeat once again, X belongs to M2 orthogonal complement, then by definition, its inner product with every element Y in M2 is 0. See? By the above definition. अब इन दो सेट्स में रिलेशन क्या है? It is given that M1 is contained in M2. See? M1 is contained in M2. अब M1 के एलिमेंट्स भी तो M2 के कुछ एलिमेंट्स होंगे ना, because it is contained in M2. So this relation, this definition is also true for the elements in M1. Since M1 is contained in M2, that is every y in M1 is an element of M2. This is what we mean by this M1 is contained in M2. And so we have that its inner product with every y in M1 is 0, again using the definition. And this last statement gives you that अब x किसको belong करेगा? Y belong to for all y in M1, and its inner product with x is 0. अब x किसको belong करेगा? By definition, this x will belong to M1 orthogonal complement, and so consequently we have that M2 orthogonal complement में कोई arbitrary element x हमने लिया था, and we showed that it's belong to M1 orthogonal complement. So M2 orthogonal complement is a subset of M1 orthogonal complement. So this second result says that if A and B are M1 and M2 are two subsets, and the relation between these two sets is that A is contained in B, then what will be the relation between their orthogonal complements? The relation between their orthogonal complements will be that B orthogonal complement is contained in A complement. Now we come to this third part. It also has two parts. We prove the first one, that is for union. Here in this third part, we first prove that M1 union M2 whole orthogonal complement is equal to M1 orthogonal complement intersection M2 orthogonal complement. To prove this, we know that अगर आपके पास two sets है, say A and B,